This is me stealing from a pot of soup that is not mine. The way I was serving this soup, I was like, I beg, may they not cash me, may they not cash me. Hey lovelies, I'm Joe Pepple and I create food and lifestyle content on here. So let me give you the backstory. I made bitterleaf soup the Igbo way some months back, and Mr. Pepple did not eat the soup. So as I was over eating the soup and he was on the dining, he was like, babes, this is not how we do our own bitterleaf soup. In my mind, I was like, is this jigabele because I use goat's meat is paining you that I just made this soup for myself? Which one is this? Is not how we do our own bitterleaf soup. But somehow my conscience was pricking me that I have never made bitterleaf soup that this man has eaten. I've learnt okazi, I've learnt native, I've never made bitterleaf soup. These are the issues when you marry outside your tribe. You go to learn soup. Anywho, I proceeded to call his mom because who else will give me the tea on how to slay this bitterleaf soup that I have never made in my life? So I called her and she told me exactly what to do. But one thing she kept hitting, when you put the bitterleaf, don't stir. Immediately you put the bitterleaf, just cover and leave it to cook. I say, what will happen? You say if you stay, the soup go too bitter. I thought the idea of somebody wanting to cook and eat bitterleaf soup is because you want to eat a bitter soup. Why should the soup not be bitter? Since the name of the soup is bitterleaf, why should the soup not be bitter? The soup should be bitter since you desire to eat bitterleaf soup. As I was making this soup, I know that this soup is not my own. It doesn't belong to me because I have made the soups that I like with the protein of choice that I like so well. So this soup was supposed to be for Mr. Pepple strictly. So as you saw me do, I just started by seasoning my protein with some onions, some maggi and some salt. I let it sit for a bit. Then I proceeded to cook it in its own juice before I added some water, added some yellow pepper as well and some palm oil because you want it native. After the protein had cooked in its own juice, I added some water, let it cook because you want your chicken, you want whatever protein you're using to be very tender. You don't want to be eating as you're dragging your meat. The pepper will now just fly inside your eye. Please, has that thing happened to you? I feel like this thing has happened to me too many times. So after the protein was ready, this was how I wanted it. I added the amount of water that I would need for the soup, added my ungolo and fish because you want your fish to have taste. So you want your ungolo to have taste. Allowed it to cook together with the chicken and I added enough water that I'll be using for the soup. As the thing was now boiling poto like this, I proceeded to add some palm oil and the thickener which I'll be using ofo. Is it ofo? Abi is achi. In fact, I don't know. It's the yellow one I know in Port Harcourt. That one I think is been mixed already with palm oil, but the one I see here in Lagos is just white. When the soup was thick enough, I proceeded to add the bitter leaf. And my mother-in-law was like, immediately you add it, don't stir, give it some time before you now stir. So this is me stirring, and this soup was a banger. Soup that was not meant for me. I was the first to test this soup because I was like, I couldn't help it. I was intrigued. I wanted to understand this soup. That's the only reason why I ate it. It's not because I have longer throat. I should serve Mr. Pepper this soup. I was not asking how far. He said it was nice, but it's too thick. I was like, but it tasty and the meat has taste. Anywho, will you be trying this? Bye.